Hi BookTube! It's Friday, so I'm here to do a Friday Reads, and they'll probably extend to early next week as well, because I picked quite a few books to choose from. And before I get into the books, I thought I'd talk a bit about my weekend plans. My boyfriend got me like this movie theater membership thing where it's like you pay for 2 movies and you get almost unlimited movies per month. And he and I both thought it was just a month. You could cancel after a month subscription. But no, you have to it's a 3-month subscription. And so I'm probably going to be seeing a lot of movies in my future because I want to, use up, at least see more than 2 movies. So it's like worth the money we're paying for it. So I'm going to be seeing a Parasite, which is not a movie I would normally see, but hey, since it's free in a way, I thought I'd go see it because it's something my boyfriend wanted to see. It's a Korean film, so it's all in like English subtitles because like they're speaking in Korean, and so yeah, it looked okay. It's like a black comedy, which is normally not my thing, but I thought, okay, I'll give it a go and see how that pans out. And it seems I briefly looked at the description of the movie, and it seems to be about a poor family who is trying to take advantage of rich people and get their money and that kind of thing. It was what it looked like to me. So yeah, I'm going to see that tonight. And then as far as my weekend plans outside of reading, I don't really have any besides going to the movie. And but yeah, I'm wearing my boyfriend's sweatshirt, the 49ers. It's the playoff season. I'm not a football watcher by any means, but I do watch the playoffs because my boyfriend really likes that, and so I was like, okay, I'll support and be like a little cheerleader of sorts, and I'll watch the playoff games at least and see how they do. So yeah, I'll be watching football. go team! It's weird because like I'll watch the game, and normally when it's on, like I'm reading or I'm in a different room or whatever. But when I'm actually trying to watch it, like, a few times each year, and I have the hardest time following the ball. And I don't know any of the rules. I know, I know the basics, but like I can't figure out what's happening. Like I have to watch like the replays or whatever just to figure out, what happened there. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure. I bet a lot of, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe book readers don't watch sports. I don't know. But yeah, if you're watching the football, then let me know what team you're following. So anyway, let's get into what books I'm going to be reading over the weekend. So I thought we'd start with my currently reading books, and this is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, and this is book 1 in his like YA series. And I've read the Mistborn trilogy, and I've read what's the other one? The big books like The Way of Kings and Oathbringer, whatever that series is, like the huge like mammoth books that I read that series as well. But anyway, so this is his first like YA that I've read, and this is, instead of being fantasy, it's more sci-fi, and this is about the main character who she's living on this like exoplanet, and it's like far into the future where you can barely see the sky. Like there's so much trash like revolving around that you can only see it like in bits and pieces when the trash is like breaking away. And so she has a dream of becoming a pilot and reaching for the stars, and as it says, claiming the stars. And she's like inspired by her father, who was a pilot. And like the whole planet that she's on, they're fighting these Krell, or Krell is what I guess we'd call it, and who are constantly invading her planet and trying to destroy the cities that they're building. And they're mainly living in caves, but they're trying to build up and reclaim a world now that they're removed from Earth. And I know Brandon Sanderson has this like, I think it's called Cosmic Sphere or something, where each of his books are related some way. And I haven't read enough of him to really figure out how it all connects. But I'm assuming that these Krell, these like evil aliens, are something to do with one of his other books. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. And then the other book that I'm going to be finishing up is This Land: How Cowboys, Capitalism, and Corruption Are Ruining the American West by Christopher Ketchum. Hopefully you can see that since I'm outside. It's an awful glare, but yeah, this book is been so hard for me to read, just because it's such a hard topic to, I don't know, to learn about. I mean, I read several books talking about how these like federal run programs, how you think with the name, the titles that they're given, you think that they're helping the environment, but most of them are helping the cattle industry. And so with that, a lot of wolves and coyotes and like nuisance animals are shot, killed, strangled, trapped, what have you, and they're paid for that. And then also, if you as a citizen, if you shoot one, then you can get $50 a head for a coyote or what have you. And so yeah, it's really hard to read, but I mean it's very, very well written. Like already, like in early January, this is like one of the top nonfiction books that I've read so far this year. But yeah, I think this would be hard to beat in the talk that it's discussing. But yeah, if you're interested in how the West is run, then yeah, this would be a good one if you can like stomach the gruesome topics that are discussed. And then going on to books that I'm possibly picking up. I'm saying possibly for this next two because I'm not sure how they're going to go. This is The Great Quest by Charles Boardman Hawes, and this is part of the Newbery Award winners and runner-up list that I'm reading. And this one has really bad reviews, so that's why I'm saying it's a maybe. It doesn't have much of a description on here. It says a romance of 1826, wherein are recorded the experiences of Josiah Woods and of those others with whom he sailed for Cuba and the Gulf of Guiana. So, and it has a 2.7 review on Goodreads. So yeah, I'm like the one I just read that won the Newbery Prize. It wasn't that good at all, but I pushed through. So this one, I'm not going to punish myself. If I'll read like 25%. And if I am just not liking it at all, then I'm going to move on to the next runner-up. And that is The Old Tobacco Shop by William Bowen. And that last one I showed you and this one both are pirate stories. And again, both of these don't have much of a description on it. But this one said, this has a little bit more of a description. This is like 5-year-old Freddie encounters an owner of a tobacco shop, and the owner says, don't touch that, don't touch this like lamp or whatever, it's this little figurine, because it is has like magical abilities, don't touch it. But of course this little boy does, and he gets, I think, sucked into this like fantasy world where he's like on a pirate ship and goes on adventures. But yeah, this one, I mean, I'm gonna give both a try, and if I don't like them, then I'm just gonna go on and with the rest of the list. And but so yeah. There's those two, and then I have two physical books that I'm going to be reading. This is The Summer of Sunshine and Margaux by Susan Mallory, and this is about Margaux, who is a etiquette teacher, and it says she's coming face to face with Bianca, who is a movie star, and she's trying to teach Bianca to behave properly as a lady should. And I guess Bianca's like, bucking that system. She didn't, and so it's. So I don't really know what's about it because I haven't read it yet. But it says soon secrets unravel that bring them two closer together and force Margaux to confront the truth. Change doesn't just happen. She has to be brave enough to demand her life and love she's always wanted. And then Sunshine, the other one in this book, it says. She's always been like the good sister, and she's abandoning jobs to chase. Oh, she's a good time sister. That makes sense. Like she's a good sister, and then it says she's abandoning jobs. How she's a good sister with that? No, she's a good time sister, but she's all for fun, and she's abandoning jobs to chase after dreams that will never come true. And so no more. She's refusing to be that girl again. This time she'll finish college and dedicate herself to her future. So I'm sure these two, Sunshine and Margaux, are gonna encounter each other. And so yeah, this is like a summer book. And it came out during the summer. But yeah, like during the gloomy winter, you want a sunshiny book. And so yeah, I'm just now getting into Susan Mallory's work. I've read a couple of hers. The most recent one was California Girls. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this author has for this story. And then the last one is a manga, I never know how to pronounce that. This is Orange, a story in art by Ichigo Takano. And this I got at my library. I was like, here's the art if you were interested in that. It's a really big, thick manga. And this is about Neho, who's in 11th grade, and she receives a letter from herself. And she's like, she doesn't believe it at first, but then as the letters keep coming, she realizes, oh, it is myself, and it's warning her that there's a new boy in school called Kakero, who you need to befriend him and help save his life, basically is what she's saying, because he's in for a terrible future unless you do befriend him. So yeah, this is I haven't read a manga in a good long while, and so I was just browsing my library, and yeah, this looked good, so I decided to pick that up. So yeah, these are all the books I'm planning to read over the weekend. Like I said, they're probably going to extend into early next week as well, because there's a lot going on with all these, especially if I'm reading both the Newbery winners back to back. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't really have high hopes, but you never know. They could be a lot better. I mean, they were honorary runner-ups of that prize, so I mean, we'll see. But I feel like times changed, and it's not 1921 anymore. But yeah, thanks. I'll see you soon, book 2.